So the next part of this is how to, once I have the files here, but in my original form, I only have the name folder. I don't have first name and last name and city and state. So these had to be derived from the data I had originally. You can see location was like that. First name, last name like that. So to be able to do this, I do it in SSIS, but it's good practice to test it out on here first. Especially if I guess when you're loading data again, you can't always really truncate a whole table like that, right? So first thing is we use a tool, char index. This is when we're trying to find the location of something in a string, right? Like if I want to find the T in CTO, I would do like put T here, put that, or put the column, and it'll show me where all the T's are. Something like that. Right? Show me where the add is in this. So it'll show me where that is, somewhere else. Boom. This technically doesn't work. This is my table. Or another way is also substring, is to grab you parts of the string. A subset of that string. So if you do it this way, so I can use these to manipulate first name, last name, and state and stuff to be able to create a script that splits them for me, and it lets me test them here before I go to SSIS and I start. Why is there two? Making sure this runs real quick. I'm gonna say the wrong word. There's taking too long. Okay. Okay. So back to this one. So before I go to derive column and start manipulating the table, and then try to put it in and see the result after, I can see the result first here. So that's the point of this. So if I want to separate first name and last name, I'll do like, hey, get me something in this column, right? That starts from the first letter and ends. And what is the script? And this script says basically saying that ends wherever the comma is, right? Minus where from wherever that comma is minus one, because this tells us where this comma is in this whole column, and then this says go minus one from where that column is. So it says in name start at the beginning and give me and stop at wherever the comma is, but delete the comma at the end of running it so it doesn't show up. And then the other one is almost the same thing, name, substring from name, but now instead of ending, it's at the starting, right? Shows me where to start. The comma plus one after the comma, right? And then the length, where you want it to stop, let it stop wherever the length of name is, right? It doesn't matter. Once from here, wherever name goes to, it ends. That's fine. And this shows. No. But this works on SSIS. I figured out a different way of doing it, much easier way, and it's using parse name. And what parse name does is for whatever, let's say like you create Jonathan and bury him for this record, it gives you everything in the positioning of the comma, like what's this for this, that's separated by a dot. So you can do a script that will replace all the spaces with dots, and then use this to pull up each one of these. And this actually exists in SSIS too. It's called, oh shit, man, stop opening all these goddamn. So what that is so token. Token lets me pick from location everything that's separated from the comma, right? In the first place, or in the separated by the comma in the second location. And this is able to give me the same result. So even though that's limited to the dot full stop delimiter, it works fine when you use the token over there in SSIS. So once I can do that and I've tested these and this works, being able to separate the two like that, then I can go ahead and come over to SSIS, create a derived column, drag and drop that from the data flow, pick the column I want to manipulate, and then the expression I want to go into it. So like now this is for a column where, they want a timestamp for whenever data comes in. I can just put an insert date and set the expression to get date. So whenever this runs, this will print out. For first name, I did the substring from name, starting the starting location, and chart index is actually find string on here. The first name, starting location, and where it ends, and then last name, starting location, and where it. First name, starting location, and where it ends. Last name, starting location, and where it ends too. I can use this to copy it later. For my token, I use token to separate city and state, and I just need something. And then when I go to my OLTP destination, I go ahead and I configure the mappings here to make sure it goes from the right column, and then that's how I get the data loaded into here. Look like this. And then if I want to read that without any nulls, probably ran it 7 times. Yeah, this is the setup. How you load multiple Excel files and manipulate the columns. And I think because I set the identity now, unless I drop the table every time I load it in, it keeps loading, adding on to the original now. even if it's truncated. But yeah, that's how I do